Hey everybody, today is August 1st, 2023, and I am doing a video today because it's a full moon, and I absolutely love full moons. And so today I decided to do a video to just talk about my spiritual practices since I've been on my spiritual journey. So yeah, talk about my spiritual practices and why I choose those particular practices. So, like I said, today's August 1st, and it is a full moon in Aquarius. But it is a Leo season. So, got my little red dye in my hair. Can you see it? I think I'm going to put some more in there and make it a little red, right? Got to come with that good old fire energy. My birthday's in a couple of days, 15 days. I'm super excited. So yeah, today I have planned to go to the beach tonight, and I love full moon ceremonies because it's just a chance to, I love to like gaze at the moon, and I also, while I'm there, I like to listen to a full moon meditation. There are a couple of YouTubers that I love. Anytime they put out anything for the moon, whether it's a full moon, new moon, doesn't matter, I'm watching it. So I'm gonna go out there and do a full moon, what did I just say? A full moon meditation. Back in the day, I used to take my crystals out there. I used to love crystals. I would take them out there. I would rinse them if I feel like they needed to be cleansed. I would also lay them out to charge them under the moon. There are times when I will make moon water. For me, it doesn't matter, like the water. I know some people get real fancy and they get all this expensive. It's not that serious for me. I would get just some regular bottled water, and I would take it out with me to the beach if I went to the beach, and sit it out in the moon. And if I didn't go to the beach, I just sit it in the windowsill, like the night before the moon was full, or a couple of days before. It just really depends on what I had going on in my life. I used to travel around a lot, but this year I'm going to be stable. My daughter wants to go to in-person school, so instead of traveling all the time, I'm going to be, for 1 year, going to put her into in-person school and let her have this 8th grade experience. So I won't be traveling, so maybe I'll get back into my crystals and different things. But all of that to say that 3 years ago, when I left Christianity and just started to live a more spiritual life, I tried a lot of different things on my journey, a lot of different things. But the major thing that has been a constant and a consistent in my life since starting my spiritual journey is journaling and meditation. Those are the two things, hands down. Like, if I could give any advice to anybody on their spiritual journey, and they say like, oh, what did you do? Like, what works for you? What do you do? Like, meditation and journal. I meditate every single day. I journal every day. Even if I'm traveling, even if I'm sick, it does not matter. I'm going to meditate and I'm going to journal. Journaling gets a little tricky, especially if I'm traveling. Again, I used to travel all the time, like full-time travel. So traveling and journaling gets tricky. So there will be times where I typically like to journal at nighttime before I go to bed. And when you're traveling, you know, that's the last thing you're thinking about doing when you get finished traveling. But if I don't journal that night, I will journal the next day and just catch up for the day prior. But I don't miss a beat. And so I'm on like journal number 18 since I started journaling and meditating, and that started on September 2021. So since September 2021, I have meditated and journaled just every day. Lots of journals, lots of meditation. And talking about meditation, for me, meditation is whatever you think meditation is. I've watched a lot of videos, follow a lot of different spiritual leaders and teachers, and everybody talks about, oh, you have to meditate this way and you have to do it this way, and I don't believe in that. I really don't. I believe that spirituality is an individual journey, and you have to learn and figure out like what is best for you. And so for me, what I learned is, as far as meditation is, basically what my routine is in the morning, first thing in the morning, I wake up, and I love to do it before everybody wakes up. When I first started out, I was very rigid. I did not like to speak to people before I meditated because sometimes I would just wake up with bad thoughts, or like my attitude wouldn't be right. And not because anybody did anything to me, just maybe I had a bad dream or bad thoughts. I don't know. But I did not speak to people until I meditated. So I would wake up super early in the morning, 5, whatever. My body would wake up naturally, and I would meditate. And I use the Insight Timer app, and I have it set for a 2-minute introduction, and it's quiet, and where I take that 2 minutes and I pray to God. I have a standard prayer that I say, and then I start stillness meditation. So I do 10 minutes. It's set for 2 minutes of introduction, quiet time, and then 10 minutes of stillness. But I never do just 10 minutes. Every day is different. Some days it's 10 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 something minutes. Sometimes it's 40 something minutes. And I'm just doing stillness meditation. I love it. It is my life. I have learned to be able to get still anywhere. It doesn't matter where I am. I will meditate anywhere. Stillness. But prior to doing my stillness meditation, I do a guided visual meditation. There are several channels that I watch. There's one that I've been following for literally years, and they typically post every morning at 5. So that's why I'm typically up at that time, because I like to, as soon as it posts, I like to do that. And sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10. Every once in a while they'll get spicy and they'll do 15 or 20 minutes, which I absolutely love, but they're different every day. And so I look forward to that. I look forward to that YouTube notification of a guided meditation, and I do that, and then I go right into my stillness meditation. And those are the mandatories. I'm always going to do that. But all throughout the day, different things will come up. I do inner childhood meditations. I do shadow work meditations. I do meditations on how to figure out my attachment style and release that. And those are like, specifically, I'm putting a YouTube video on, I'm putting my earphones on, I'm listening. But also, meditation is not just that. Meditation is, you can do a walking meditation, sitting here and looking at this water right there behind me, and just being in nature and watching the lizards and the birds, and there's some alligators, some crocodiles. I don't know what the difference is between an alligator and crocodile, but they're in there, and that's why they have this gate. So yeah, that's why I'm sitting right here. But no, just sitting out here watching the birds, that's a meditation. You can put on music and just put on whatever your favorite songs are and listen to it and only sing the songs. The only thing about that is meditation. And basically just mindfulness. And that is, to me, being present in the moment in whatever you're doing. And so if you're eating, being mindful while you're eating is, tasting your food, taking, time to actually chew it instead of just like shoveling it down, tasting it, smelling it, looking at it. Being in that moment, that's a meditation. And so, of course, meditation is huge to me. Some people say you have to sit when you meditate and you got to hold your hands like in all these. No, that doesn't work for me, just because I had weight loss surgery, and I can't sit for long periods of time because I'm just like have bones. So I can't sit for long periods of time. And I also have some back and neck stuff. So I lay down when I meditate. Unless I'm in like my car or I'm in a really good chair, then I'll sit and meditate. But yeah, I lay and meditate because to me, it matters to God what I'm doing. And He is concerned not with how I'm doing it or the length of time. He's concerned that I'm actually taking the time to do it. And that's what it's about. So those are my main two spiritual practices. But along the way, I have picked up, or I have tried several different things. I have, again, I talked about crystals. I used to use crystals. Tarot cards, I love tarot cards. I use them every day. I pull tarot cards every single day. That's part of my routine. I meditate, I do stillness. I do guided meditation, I do stillness meditation, and then I do pull 3 cards, 3 tarot cards. I pull an oracle card, like today, because it's the full moon. I pull a moonology card just to see what comes out. And of course, today I pulled, it's Leo season, right? So I pull a full moon. So today's full moon, and it said a full moon in Leo. It's not a full moon in Leo, but it is Leo season. So I take that. That counts. I've also tried different breathing techniques. I have tried the Wim Hof breathing technique. That really, really worked for me when I was first started and I was having severe, and I mean severe, panic attacks. I would do a Wim Hof breathing meditation, and oh my gosh, it literally, it'll, try it. That's all I had to say. Try it. I've also tried the EFT, the tapping, where you say some affirmations and you tap on different places. I'm just, I love that. I absolutely love that. It basically, from what I remember, it's, you're tapping on these meridian points in your body, and it basically like moves the energy around. So like when you have stuck energy and you say these affirmations, it just moves the energy. I love it. It makes me feel great. I love it. I do it all the time, for no reason, for a reason, doesn't matter. I love it. I also highly recommend counseling, whether that is from a mental health professional, a life coach, a spiritual life coach, whatever you need, because there are times where we really do get stuck. Like we get stuck and you need help. And on this journey, it gets very, very lonely. I can say that for me personally, it's been very lonely, where I lost, like family and friends. And so I was, used to have great support. I can call up my whoever and talk for hours about the problems I'm having. You know how women do. We can get on the phone, we can talk for hours, cry it out, get off the phone and keep it moving. Whereas on the spiritual journey, as I mentioned in the previous videos, where it just became very lonely for me. So I had nobody. And so to reach out to a professional that I could talk to about the concerns I was having really helped me. I jump in and out in counseling whenever I need. Mental health is my background, so I believe if you find the right counselor, boy, it will change your life. You have to be able to be willing to do the work, and you have to be honest, because going to counseling or going to these life coaches or whoever you're going to, even if you're just talking to your family or friends, if you're not being honest and you're not open and receptive to the feedback that people are going to give you, take that in and actually do the work, then it's pointless. So keep that in mind. And lastly, I would say, like, hands down, the 2 things that have, or the 3 things that have changed my life and that are my go-tos on my spiritual journey. The last thing is medical marijuana. It's my life. It literally is my life. I'm a connoisseur. Changed my life. I had weight loss surgery, and I think I mentioned that in another video, and I'm going to do a video about that too, because it's definitely a game changer as well. But prior to having weight loss surgery, one of the reasons, contributing factors, prior to having the weight loss surgery, I was taking antidepressants for anxiety, depression, PTSD, and all of those wonderful things. And those medications actually did help with my mood, but it caused weight gain, and it caused a lot of GI stomach problems, and I couldn't handle it. But while I was taking them, I had to come off of those medications to have weight loss surgery, because those medicines make you gain weight. So coming off of them, I had to learn how to manage my medical conditions on my own. And I struggled with that for a while. And once I had the weight loss surgery and I had gotten down to a weight that my surgeon felt comfortable, they said, okay, yeah, go ahead, let's try to get back on these meds. I got back on them, and I could not tolerate them after having the surgery. I just couldn't tolerate, my stomach couldn't tolerate them. So I learned quickly that in order to manage my symptoms, I was going to have to do it on my own. And it was suggested to me, to try marijuana. And I was retired at that point, retired from the Navy, and I was like, yeah, why not? So I flew to Cali, went there for 3 weeks, stayed there for 3 weeks, stopped taking all of my medications. And at that time, I was taking like 17 medications a day. I stopped taking them all. Had a friend go to the dispensary, take me to the dispensary. We talked to them about like symptoms I was experiencing, and they gave me all these different things. Oh, you name it, all the different routes. I tried it all, fell in love, and decided that was going to be my treatment. And so I would say for the past 4 years I've been using medical marijuana. Actually, it wasn't medical initially because I was living in South Carolina. It was not legal there. And so I decided to move. This is what I say. I decided to move to Florida because they have a medical marijuana program. And so yeah, I'm going to move to Florida to get a medical card. Really, I moved to Florida. The universe knew, God knew I had really moved to Florida to meet my twin flame. Another video. But yeah, I moved to Florida, got my medical card, and that's been my life. So my regime is meditating, stillness, guided meditation, stillness meditation. I pull my tarot cards. I have my medical marijuana and my CBD, and I just work on healing. And that is it. And as far as spirituality, I don't believe in spell work and curses, and I believe that stuff is out there. I do believe that people do that, and that people send it your way. But I personally believe that it is not God's will to use spell work and to do these love spells to make people come to you and all those. I don't believe in that, because I believe that's manipulating a person's free will, and that never goes well. You can, I mean, I don't know, I never done it, but I think that what if you like put a love spell like, oh, I'm going to make this person fall in love with me, and then that person becomes like obsessed with you, and then it's just like for me, I don't want to have to make somebody be my friend or be in a relationship with me. If I have to cast a spell to do that, I'm not interested. So I personally don't believe in spell work. I do believe it is a real thing. I do believe that there's negative entities, forces, and all of that stuff out there. I don't believe in it. I protect myself. I pray every day. I ask God to put a hedge of protection over me and my family. I do burn sage and Palo Santo, from time to time, especially when I move into a new space, to clear out any negative energy, to bring in love, peace, and prosperity. But, to me, spirituality is just like being in tune with myself. I try to be in tune with myself. I try to just figure out why I'm behaving the way I'm behaving, why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. My goal is to be the very best version of myself, the most authentic version, to literally, like, it sounds funny to say, but like literally just spread love and light. That's what I'm about. I believe in karma. I don't believe in putting out negativity towards people. Even if somebody does me wrong now, when I was younger, I believed if somebody did me wrong that I could get back at them because they did me wrong. And like, how could you do me wrong? Like, not me, and now I don't believe that. If somebody does me wrong, I really just pray for them. I try not to get triggered and get upset and react. I am a human. That does happen from time to time, but I try to minimize it just because I know that, like the whole Will Smith thing, like that slap situation, just because somebody says something, that doesn't give me the right to physically go back and respond to them. And whether that's in words or in a physical deed, if I do that, I have to expect that energy returned back to me, but it's going to be returned back to me even greater than what I put it out. So for me, I'm like, for real, a lover. I'm not a fighter. Like, for real, I don't know how to fight. I think I've been in like one fight in my life in like maybe 6th or 7th grade because the girl called my mom B, and I just wasn't feeling that. But outside of that, like, I'm really not, I don't believe in that. I just don't. Like, I don't. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Like, people are, I've seen a lot of people on the spiritual journey, they, wear these face things and all these piercings and tattoos and like have dreads and have all this. I mean, I have locks, but I got locks for medical reasons. I love them. I love them, but I didn't get it for like a spiritual reason. Like, I don't think that spirituality is about you have to wear certain clothes or do tai chi or meditate sitting like this. I think that spirituality is an individual walk with, I say God. It doesn't have to be God. You can believe in the creator, source, mother, Gaia, earth, whatever term you use. But it's just about coming back to yourself, finding out what is yourself, what is good for you, yourself, between you and God, earth, again, whoever you use. And it's just being about a good person. That's it. I don't, you know. So yeah, that's my spiritual. It is so hot out. It's so muggy. There's all kind of bugs. I don't know if you could see. I'm like sweating. Yeah. So that's what it is. Looking forward to my full moon ceremony tonight. And just, you know, making more videos, sharing with you guys. So, like, you know, what are your guys' practices? I'm curious. I love talking to people about, you know, their practices. Because I don't feel like there's a right way. I don't know why people are going around saying, well, if you do this and you do that, you're gonna, you know, I listen to subliminals. I listen to subliminals, and they say, oh, if you listen to subliminals for 21 days, you're gonna win the lottery. That's not true. If you're gonna win the lottery, if you're gonna do whatever, it's when God says it is. It's not after you listen to this thing for 21 days. It helps you because it brings awareness and attention, and you're really setting personal, individual time toward the thing. But everything is in God's timing. My belief. And so, yeah. That's what, you know, my spiritual practices are, and my beliefs, and these things are so God's creation. I'm not, they do work you. So that's it. That's all I got to say. And I love sharing with you guys, and looking forward to the sun's coming out and moving around. So I look forward to sharing with you guys, hearing what your spiritual practices are. And, you know, what do you guys believe? Do you believe in like spell work? And have you tried Wim Hof? You know, what do you guys do? Let me know. Love to hear from you guys. Talk to you later.